Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Jurassic Park Revolution. However, you can see a big change on the screen already. For these last two episodes, the finale, well, final two. Next week's the big finale, but these last two episodes are going to be using a Jurassic Park Revolution reskin pack that has been released Jurassic Park Revolution. So that, like how I was saying about the Carnivores having that old JPOG skin of the black and the red crest and like the striping on the eyes, we got them. And we got all the others as well. So, we've got the Tyrannosaurus, the Styracosaurus, the Carnivores, Alberto, everything has the same skins that Operation Genesis had. So we're basically going to show off some of the better skins this week, and next week for the finale, I have one thing I'm going to do, but if you have any suggestions to what else you'd like to see in it, be sure to leave them in the comments for this episode in particular, because as the finale's approaching, we're getting less and less time to really be able to squeeze some stuff in, just because I want to get to some new content on the channel as well. But next week's finale is going to start with Isla Pena going after the Carnivores, the Albertosaurus, the Allosaurus, the Acro, and the Carnivores for one big, bad, aggressive the biggest, baddest hunts on the tiniest little island, and see if we can survive it. But this week, again, we want to show off some of the more unique-looking skins from JPOG. So for that, I think we'll want the Albertosaurus for sure, because that's a very different look. The Edmontosaurus isn't bad, but I don't think we'll do that one. The Kentro's a pretty big change up there. Tyrannosaurus, another one. And definitely the Acrocanthosaurus. That is an incredible change compared to what the, JPR's base one is. As for the island, we will go back to Tronar, because we haven't done much hunting on that. And for weaponry, we're actually a little tight on points right now, so double ammo is kind of a must for us, because I'm not the best of shots. And let's try using some weapons I don't use that often, like the MP5 and the Winchester. And let's do something like this. The first five, and something like this, and what the hell, we'll add these guys on. And we're not going to do night or dawn, just because I want to avoid this screen flare at dawn, because that even hurts my eyes for just recording and playing. I don't want to do night because it kind of saps all the color out of the map, so this should be a good thing to hop on with and just go in and see these new skins in person. So, let's jump right on into this brand new not final lap, I'm trying to remember. White flag lap, that's it for NASCAR. I'm not a big sports guy. I'm not a sports guy, let's put it that way, so I apologize if that's completely wrong there, but everything's looking good. Let's hop on into a new hunt. Okay, so we're all loaded here on Tronar. I'm just going to have this out for the moment, just to kind of see where we are. So we're on the very eastern banks, or eastern reaches of Tronar. And it's basically a giant crater island, so we have to be careful what might be coming over the ridges. But I do have to admit, being able to see these JPOG skins in first person like this in Carnivores is incredible. Like, the only real closeness you could get back in the day to, first person seeing a sort of scale to the dinosaurs and that was from JPOG. I think either using the security turrets, watching through the security cameras, or driving the jeeps that you could use for tours and that yourself. This is an incredible thing to be able to have happen and show off and see. It's amazing. Well, of course, we might not think it's as amazing when we're being chased down by some of the dinos, but I really want to see the Acro. The Carnivores I want to save for the... Oh, we got Torosaur over there. I don't hear anything right now, so let's... Actually, do we have... Yeah, we should have Torosaur on. We do. Okay, so that one we need to aim for... Looks like the eye and the... kind of the chest area. There he is, just kind of making his way around. I can't remember I think Torosaurus was... Well, yeah, I think all of the dinosaurs were actually from Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, or you could find them in there. Okay, what do I got for... Okay, which one? That's the one I was looking for. Just try to get a few. Now, I know this isn't the best long-range weapon to be using because you don't have a good sight on it, or... Well, you're just using iron sights, and there's always that bit of a sway and some deviation to your shots. Just going to have this out now in case we kind of attracted anything to us. But, oh, this is just... This is going to be incredible if we get a chance to see something like the Acrocanthosaurus up closer. Even the Albertosaurus, because the Albertosaurus, as much as it's not, like, the most striking, it still has a very, like... Well, actually, no, it is a very striking skin on it. Like, I don't mind what they did with the... Oh? Did it run off the... I don't think it ran in the water. At least I hope not, because then we're not going to see it again. Nope, sounds like there's something possibly up here. But with the Albertosaurus... Okay, I'll skirt this. I don't mind at all what they had done with the skin for JPR. That's a really nice kind of coloring that had the tan and brown to it. But the JPOG one, it just has that almost... that more imposing feel to it. Kind of like the Tiger Stripe Raptors of Jurassic... or the Lost World Jurassic Park. Or is that Jurassic Park The Lost World? You know what I mean, though. The Tiger Stripe ones from the second movie in the franchise really stand out. You probably wouldn't have that coloring in... Well, actually... I mean, you do have literally tigers that are that coloring, so maybe dinosaurs may have had some bright coloration like that. What did you... Okay, where did you go? I thought you might have slid down there, but you just, I guess, kept following here. So yes, some of them are more muted and what you kind of more natural feeling. Other ones, though, must really stand out for being vivid and vibrant, and I really love that. You actually, like, you have the option that if you wanted to, somebody made the JPOG skins as a pack, and JPR just came with some base incredible ones too. It's amazing what the community will really do. And that's a big thing, I think, for any game, is to embrace the community more. Don't push them, don't alienate them, don't divide them. Open up and let them be a part of the project as well. Now, it doesn't mean Carnivores exactly has open access modding tools and stuff like that, but it means that nobody's really, like, coming forward to say, no, you can't do this, or you shouldn't be, or etc. Just let people have fun with them, and hell, they will continue to grow and build and just become amazing. Like, that's, I think, a big shame for a lot of games going forward. Like, Jurassic World Evolution is one where they didn't want mods, or they weren't going to make an effort to make it so mods could be made. The community basically discovered all the tools and made up the tools themselves entirely to have that exist. And there is, well, we never got a clear answer as to why, but, I mean, because it's licensed from... Actually, who are the big ones behind Jurassic... Oh, there's the Torosaurus. Wondering where he kind of was. I wonder what the big name behind Jurassic World or Jurassic Park is. I can't remember if it's something like Warner Brothers or what the main, like, studio is, but I think they probably had a hand in saying, like, no mods or official stuff only, not the community having their full sway over it. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit forward there. Just picking up a little too much of my voice there. I'm kind of surprised how quiet it is on the island. And again, it is a massive map. Tronar is definitely sort of crowning map for the series. And the mod itself. If you... Nope. Well, hello. We almost didn't recognize you without your usual skin coloring and pattern. Well, this is the Acrocanthosaurus. I do have to say, I kind of like this one better. The other ones almost seem like military missiles coming at you, but that... I have to admit, is a very good skin for it as well. I think it really depends, like, each map it'll fit better. I think on somewhere like Sores, where it's not quite as dark and muted as color tone, that the base JPR skin would fit so much better on. And almost like camouflage in. Like, the base Kentrosaur would probably camouflage in really well with what's right in front of us there. You can see down the ravines having all that foliage in that. But that one back there would probably be good on somewhere like Penna or anywhere that's a little bit more vibrant and colorful. Just want to see if we can find anything else, because, again, I thought we would have seen a bit more already, although, I suppose getting... Or is that only 2 dinosaurs we've really seen so far? That might actually just be 2, because the Torosaurus, the Kentro, and we haven't had any other encounters yet. Yeah, Toro I don't think we're going to see again. I have no idea where it kind of went running off to, and I want to get more back into the middle of the island and the other side to see if we can find any other of the new skins. I also do apologize if I am a little stuffy for the voiceover. Summer isn't quite over here, but it's already dipping towards autumn temperatures, so the body takes a little bit of time to adjust. And the worst part is when it's going back and forth between some cooler days and some hot days. Because then the body doesn't know how to adapt to that, basically. Oh, just a little Dryosaurus over there. Actually, I think even the Dryosaurus and the... Well, maybe not the Homalocephalae, because that skin is very distinct as being JPOG with the red head to it. But I think the Dryosaurus got a little bit of a color palette swap on them. I think it's more muted and yellowish. We should be able to show that off pretty easily as soon as we can find one that's in an easy-to-access area. Just trying to run around and see if we can either get something kind of aggressive to us, or even just kind of spy as we're going along. I don't know if that was actually ambience in the game, or something I heard out around me that, I guess if you guys don't hear it, then you know which one it was. You know what? Let's try calling the biggest one in here. That's the Acro? Really? Sounds more like you're gargling a cat or something. I was not expecting that for its call. Although, I don't really remember... Okay, hang on. Where... Oh, I just did a giant damn circle. That's not what we want to do. We gotta go straight west now. Okay, so I screwed up on that one. And we'll head over towards that Dryosaur there to get a good up-close look. I can't imagine we're going to run into anything too new since we just circled completely around us there for that moment. I thought this skin pack would be a good way to kind of bring the episode or the series towards a close for now, just because it is so iconic for like these dinosaurs. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis was really the only way you can see some. Yeah, like this is the old Dryo skin. You can see it's actually more green. It's just because I think the yellow underbelly is a little bit more distinct from further away. That's why it kind of seemed like it was more yellowish. But there's like that patterning on it too, and like I say, JPOG was your only way to see some of these dinosaurs, like, brought to life in a way. The Carnivores was not featured, I think, in any other real games, aside from Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, and that goes same with, like, the Acrocanthosaurus, or even the Kentrosaurus. Although, that said, I think I heard another Kentro somewhere. Oh, no, we have ourselves a Torosaurus just over there. I'm surprised we didn't spook him running up that. That's good for us, because we can hopefully sneak up, and we will use the QBZ. I gotta admit, I think I can see where JPR's sort of point curve was meant to... Now, the point curve was supposed to work for the game. Or the mod, because once you get into things like the QBZ and the M16, there's not super much of a need for any of the other weapons, just because of their incredible ammo capacities and also the power behind the shots, too. Like, if I swap back to this guy, it has a lot of shots to it, but I don't think it really packs that much power. It's like an SMG or something. So I don't think that one really has the oomph or the impact that you want from... Well, actually, probably think of it more like how Mandibles is in a way. Where once you get things like the minigun, the hole puncher, they just outrank the other weapons, but up until you unlock them, you're going to be really feeling the need for something a bit more powerful, and then once you have them, you probably just can stick with those and keep earning up and unlocking more stuff through that. It's sort of, instead of giving you a more... Oh, how am I trying to think of this? Instead of a very diverse range of options that are kind of similar, they give you, like, power classes to go through. As you're beginning out, this is your starter class of weapons, which are, like, your first three, and then when you get to medium rank, you're able to take on some bigger things that are stronger. That's your middle. Oh, and there's another beautiful one down there. The Tyrannosaurus. Now, I know these guys were part of JPOG, and unfortunately, I would love to do a little bit of Jurassic Park Operation Genesis on the channel. I actually have a physical copy of the game. Actually, I think that's might be the only way to really have that now, is by physical copy, unless there's somewhere on the internet where you could probably actually torrent it and get it on, so I may do that or see. Just because my disk drive doesn't want to work for the computer, so I can't really install anything from disk. But JPOG is such a classic and staple for so many people because it was really how you could make your own dinosaur park, like in the movies. Okay, well, we'll have to try catching up to that. But this is... We haven't been able to get super close to them yet, but if I were to turn on observer mode, I think it really would be not just impactful, but also, like, so nostalgic and bring back so many memories of playing JPOG and making your own park, because unlike Jurassic World Evolution, you really made your own park. You designed the island if you wanted to. The creation tools basically allowed you to make a complete mountain areas or all kinds of rivers and stuff. It was so much more freedom than Jurassic World Evolution gave. Oh, these little guys just kind of waddling around. Now, it was still, admittedly, probably about... Well, it's kind of funny. JPOG actually has probably about the same amount of content Jurassic World Evolution does. The biggest difference is mostly just in the graphics and a little bit more interactions you can have, such as... Actually, no, because you actually got... Oh, hello. There's a Styracosaur. There we go. But I was saying, in JPOG, you actually did get to fly the helicopters yourself and take shots at the dinosaurs and stuff like that, so I can't even say that, no, you got a little bit more ways to interact. Actually, that's not true. You had about the same way. It was basically JPOG is your blueprint, and Jurassic World Evolution just copied and made it prettier. Like, even down to the buildings, because, again, there's not that much of a building variety in Jurassic World Evolution, and not much personalization either. There you are. Yeah, I recognize you. I remember you as one of the skins. I don't think I had Styracosaurs too often, but I can remember them for that coloring on them. But Jurassic World, JPOG and Jurassic World Evolution, I think that was really it, because the personalization was really where the two differed. I remember in JPOG, you could put down fountains and trash cans and a few little things more that were just decorative, that might not have really added anything to the park, but let you make it your own. Jurassic World Evolution, aside from the placement of things, didn't really give you that much to really spruce or decorate it up with. Oh, there you are. There we go. And just so we don't leave you out without being taken down. Oh, There might be something else nearby, because there was a bellow of something, too. Maybe another pterosaur. I still have to find the Alberto and the Acro. And here is our Tyrannosaur buddy. Whoop. I'm not sure if I remember you, actually. You might be the skin from JPOG, but I thought the other one was pretty close to it. I could be mistaken, because, again, Jurassic Park Revolution Genesis is an old game. It's... Gee, I actually have to look up how long ago it was out, but I think it was out on PS2, so that gives you an idea of just how long ago we're talking about. I think we're getting towards... PlayStation 5, is it? That's supposed to be the next one out? I'm not a console guy, so I can't really keep track of those too easily. Good lord, sounds like it's screaming. I haven't even shot it or found it yet, and that's the call it makes. But it's nearby at least, so we'll probably be able to see the Albertosaurus, and then hopefully the Acro might not be too far away that we can even show that off. Okay, that's just you making all the snoring. I just want to be careful, because... Oh, there you are! I was gonna say, is he trying to do like a 360 no-scope on us? You see, you saw the little twirl, right? It reminds me of like the first time we saw the Carnivores hiding behind the little bush. Okay, I think we're all clear to try getting up to him. He definitely is in an odd spot for us to reach, though. Although we're going to Skyrim horse our way up there. Yeah, there we go. See, this is a very distinct color. Well, aside from... You can't see the head, that's kind of stuck in the ground. But yeah, look at the coloring on that. The orange tiger stripes and the black to it. That really stood out as one of JPOG's skins. I mean, I do like the tan coloring that it did have for Jurassic Park Revolution's base game. And I think, depending on the map, it's where they really would shine. Basically like real-life animals, where, depending on the environment, they'd probably have these different colorings to them. So all we have left to find is an Acro. I still feel like this, like the call is a little different, or a bit messed up from what it should be. But we did get a reply over this way. I just want to take a look at the little Homalocephale. Oh yeah, your skin did get a little changed. Yeah, you were mostly the same. It's just that you got the little bit more of the counter shading on your belly. So that's very good to see. Like I say, Homalocephale probably was my favorite little dino. Well, actually, probably the favorite dino from JPOG is... As much as I love the big hulking carnivores like the Carnivores as almost like an unconventional apex predator, I had a soft spot for the tiny dinos, because everybody would like a little pet dino if they could have it. Like, even like a super pygmy sauropod, or... I mean, a little baby stegosaur would be cute, but you might need to put something like marshmallows onto the Thagomizer so it doesn't really cause you too much problems. I think my favorite would probably be something like a little Homalocephale like that, one of the... I'm trying to remember what their grouping would be called. I don't know if it's like Pachycephalosaurus, or that's a little too... special of a name. Like, it's more for that single species than an entire family naming. Or an Ankylosaurid. Like, it's kind of hard to say which one I prefer more. I'd probably go with the Ankylosaurid, just because it's more like a... Kind of thinking of, it's like a scaly dog in a way. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so there's going to be an Acro... Oh, there it is. Oh, really? was surprised how much health it had, but you can see the Acro is a very distinct skin, but we're just going to head back. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get the points that we were hoping for from that, but we got a good overview of most of the skins. Like, there's still the Allosaurus I want to show off, and seeing that coloring, I do remember it in JPOG now. That coloring in particular definitely reminds me of that. Oh, Tronar's 1,000 points. Okay, yeah, so... let me just see what I can do here, because there's a lot of points that everything's going to cost. Yeah, so we might have to... yeah, it might take us a little bit of point farming, or I might just try to get them myself, but we are close to being able to do, like, Isla Pena with just the biggest and baddest angry dinos possible. But we will end this episode of Jurassic Park Revolution here. Next week is our finale, so if you have anything you'd like to see in it before we do bring this series to a close, be sure to leave a comment letting me know. But anyway, thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode. If you do like the series, be sure to leave a like and leave your comments right down below. I always try to respond to feedback as soon as I can, or answer any questions you guys may have. Until I see you all next episode, those survivors, please remember to take care and stay alive.